hit that Larry was a bum that first season, them first two. Before he left, when he made it to them bowls, Larry was good.
Chuck, it was not a player. You got to think about it. The best runner in this league is me and Rose. I was shutting the runs all the way down. And that's all Larry wanted to do. Larry would have had huge problems, bro. Any nigga that bet against me in a big game, you stupid.
You ain't won a good big game in like 3 seasons, Mook.
Nobody bet.
Oh, if they bet, you would win. Then you lost to my man in the other league.
GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State.
Yeah, I see your team suck. Who is your quarterback?
Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Buffalo Bills and the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
Oh.
They'll get that one out quickly to Brown. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's 2nd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage afterwards.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. We're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quickly.
Yeah, you're exactly right. What's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact.
You're going to try to switch your man, which is not legal. Huh?
Officially nothing on that last run.
Yeah, how you know you got pass rush elite, though? That don't mean they got pass rush elite.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield.
This is why I hate him.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
He's
going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 44-yard line.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he's taken down inside the 30. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy. and that's what they're doing early in this game.
A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Open man is Higgins. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave you the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender,
that's what makes it uneven.
We only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
Like the superstar team, and most of the people don't.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Rick, Mike, 57 to Mike. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D. SOS. Look, squeeze. SOS. Shoot.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers on the ground last week for Ballage. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power, we saw finesse, we saw speed, and what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
Hard. Slam. Let's go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
90 Wolf. We own this. We ready?
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check 99.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. It's caught. Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
I might be for that.
Defensively, a bit of a collapse,
and I like
4th down play to result in 23 yards.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now we know this coaching. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
Man, the computer's terrible, man. Huh?
At the 23-yard line.
Man, they just so terrible. You gotta like play perfect with them. I could be moving the ball and anything, then just a fumble out of nowhere.
As they try and get downfield.
Terrible.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook.
Look at this.
And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Cook. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up 3rd down. Mahomes looks to throw on 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Bills with a football as we start quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. That's thrown to Smith-Schuster out wide. 16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. Out to his left. He'll run it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the 1st down due to the previous penalty. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now Mahomes. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
You better be ready next time.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He's got it to Williams. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Getting set to go again on offense, we get a peek at Julio Jones now. You look at the numbers for him, and 1,000 yards, obviously well within his sights, barring injury. He will get there. The question, will he get there in this game?
Well, he would love to. Duh, right? Of course he would. But, you know, watching him play this year, we often talk about defenses, you know, allocating extra resources to try and stop a guy of his ilk, right? But you know what else kicks in? His pride to say, okay, I don't care how many you throw in my direction, I'm still going to find a way to get open. I will use different moves. I will move against formation. I will come underneath routes and try and run through some people and kind of get natural picks in order to work his way open. He wants to get that 1,000, and he doesn't want any less passes to come to his direction.
And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Hey. Fire.
They'll look to throw here. And that will be incomplete.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass.
61, matchbox lights.
They'll try and throw for it here. Completes it to Samuel. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver.
Let's go, boys. Let's go. Come on, set. AC Gator. Check, Mike 42. 80 weapon.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Bang, 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 bang. Rock it. Under crunch. Hey. Kill. Bam. Slam.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 yards there. Good enough for a Jags first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Look, squeeze. Let's go.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He completes it to Jones. And they move this all the way down to the 9. He got 29 yards that time.
Brandon, so many times we see the crossing route start as a quick hitter, but in this play, he had time in the pocket and waited for him to clear going across.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
Look at me. Go. Ready.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
Now.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 3rd and goal.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. They'll set up to throw.
Look at this.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and
Man, this is, you got
to stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And this one is right down the middle. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
Look at this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Yeah, this will get them all the way inside of Jacksonville's 10. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Back. Slam. Check. Go.
Now a handoff here to his running back.
Go. It's run.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. Kalen Ballage with his 16th touchdown of the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
This will be taken short. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll run on first down. Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
On 2nd down, Cook. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5. And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. Now the kicker fest continues. He's been good, though. Knocked through 4 of them now.
If you're the kickers for these two teams, you know what you're doing next week in practice?
Asking for a pay raise?
Yeah, and besides that, you're walking in all the meeting rooms saying, you love us now, don't you? Now you love us because you need us, because that's all we've seen. Kickers scoring all the points.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Zipper! Yo, cheetah! 5.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Complete. It's Johnson. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
22-jet bomber. Yes.
Yeah, let's get a sack.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Jones has it. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection.
Protein spill. Yo, go! Leo! Jumper. Hey, lock it. Yo, Jack, rest now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. You remember me? Hey. 55, Mike, guys, 55.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Oh my goodness!
Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target. But now it'll be 3rd down. He released that awkwardly. It almost looked like a pitcher who gripped his fastball a little too hard and let it go late, and it bounced in front of the plate.
Yeah, one of those fastballs that ends up at 57 feet, not 60 feet, 6 inches. Just a little short with the arm, which is unusual because we saw him in warm-ups. He's got a big, strong arm when he delivers it with confidence.
Hey, Sam off. Check. Fresno.
They're going to look to throw. And that is
I
incomplete.
hate this game, man. Like, come on. Like, just cheat blatantly.
And effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Hey, Foxtrot. Mike 4-2. Let's go.
They're going to try and throw. This complete to Jones. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 26 and a conversion there as well on 4th down.
He's checking. Crash. Ready?
They'll look to throw. Caught by Jones. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check 52. Go on, go on. Get it.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Here's a run with Balaj. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Kalen Balaj, his 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out come the Bills as we take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the number 1 or number 2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. To throw, it's Mahomes. This pass complete to Higgins. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball, because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Here's Mahomes to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. On the carry, it's Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. This is 3rd and 2, maybe the biggest play in this football game. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Got his man, it's Williams.
Look at that.
They're able to convert on 1st and goal.
That is just amazing.
5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. It used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it.
Go.
And he will bring this all the way back out to midfield. And they had it there so close to the goal line, a chance to take it across, claim the lead here in the 4th. Boy, that was a big, big mistake.
It really was, and as much as I want to give credit to the defense for making the play, I do tend to agree with you. That mistake, that's a chance to go in and take the lead. I mean, you're in great shape, yet you don't take care of the football. Boy, they'll be going over that like crazy in the upcoming weeks.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Look at me. Jaw.
Now they try the right side here. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively they burn it here with 1:51 left. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
61. Matchbox right. Hard. Tight dog. 6 guard. Check 6 guard. Under 10. 10.
They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone for Jones. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Let's go.
Patrick Mahomes in the offense. Down by 8. 1:36 to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Now Mahomes. That'll be complete to Cook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards and a Buffalo first down. They'll look to throw. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Back to throw. It's complete to Williams. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's back
Look
to
at
throw.
Look at this.
Finding Williams once more.
My
complete.
God.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts.
He missed the
As
pass
they get it
all
right at the
game.
32nd mark of this fourth quarter. Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Mahomes to throw. It's Williams on the catch. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
He'll look to throw, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Hey.
Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for Jacksonville, they remain in the hunt for a first-round bye as they move to 11-3 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, the loss might knock them out of playoff contention as they drop to 6-8. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
wonder why his morale is so high and nobody else.